Hello and welcome everybody to the buy race for the Challenge Cup. I'm RidleyDragon. Joining me is DapperWormMan.
Hello, everyone. Yes, welcome
Uh,
to this buy race.
all right, so we got three people on this channel. We got AARSHAP, KORIVAIN, and Retro Redfield. Let's get some game audio, shall we? Does AARSHAP have normal game audio? Not audible ones. Here we
Yeah,
go.
this is three of the racers, and there are currently 9 racers just about to start off in a couple of minutes here in this Challenge Cup vying for the bye week. There are 9 runners, as I said, across 3 channels on Zelda Speedruns 2, Zelda Speedruns 3, and right here on the Go Mode Podcast Twitch channel. We are featuring today AARSHAP, Retro Redfield, and KORIVAIN.
So we have a special treat in the bottom right because we have a 4-player setup. I've put in the race time standing, so we're going to know who finishes. Top 8 get a bye in the second round, but it's not just about that. These are for seeds 41 through 49. And I also need to let you know I am also restreaming this, and I want to give a shout out to my tracker sammimmas. We got another tracker that I failed to add to the stream, so hold on.
Yeah, we have our wonderful trackers today, Sammy and Raids, and they are going to be doing their best to keep all of us aware of what is going on. You know, normally we feature 2 runners, but this time it's 3, and I'm just glad it's not 4 for my own sanity and the sanity of everybody here behind the scenes bringing this race to you. We started with 160 racers 3 weeks ago. We are now down to 80, and we need to figure out which ones are in the top 48 to get a bye week and move on to the round of 64. And everybody else, including myself, actually, will be racing in the first round of brackets starting next week.
Well, not everybody else. Some of us are racing in no rounds of brackets, like me.
Yeah, that's
timers for AARSHAP and Retro Redfield. We sadly do not have a timer for KORIVAIN, but we'll live.
Yeah, we'll be paying attention to the screens. Their sprites are going around. Once again, as in this tournament, as in every game, every round, we are going to be doing a standard open, which means you start in your house, the uncle walks out the door, it's raining, we got to go into the secret entrance and get a random weapon from the uncle to continue on with the escape sequence. So that'll be coming up here shortly. And looks like we are off.
We are off.
Green flag has been waved.
A little bit of a slow start for the goose, but not that much. Big red rupee to start off. Always exciting. I bet we won't see any more of those. We're going to see like 40 more of those. Ooh, we already got a map check. We got crystals up on Tower of Hera. Looks like a red crystal, as in a crystal that will get you into the Pyramid Ferry on Eastern Palace, and just a boring old pendant on Desert Palace, which actually is kind of nice because Desert Palace is not an easy one to get into.
Yeah, that one always does seem to be tricky. You can, of course, just enter Eastern Palace right now, or excuse me, in about 6 minutes after you get through the escape sequence. And our uncle today gives us the Red Cane of Sumaria.
That is a high-skill weapon for the escape. Not a terribly easy one. Not really hard. It's not... What do you think the worst one to get from...
Obviously, nobody likes bombs.
Bombs is annoying.
Probably blue cane is probably second least favorite.
Just because you can run out of magic. You can run out of magic with red cane, but you really gotta want it. It's kind of annoying to go bomb hunting with anything that drains magic.
Yeah, the red cane does not use up as much magic really as that blue cane does. And, you know, of course, if you put the block down strategically, you can move it around and you don't have to explode it and use up more magic to put it down again. So looking for bombs in one of these prize packs. I think we got a couple of hearts, which means I don't think this prize pack has any bombs.
No, not in that set. Let's see what the blue guys have. Well, this one's got a key.
Yeah, and KORIVAIN finally does get that key. And moving on, there's a guard here. You can pick up this pod. It's pretty free to kill that one, but of course not going to be finding any bombs today. Maybe we'll get some in the chest. Maybe we'll get some in the rat surprise pack when we get farther back. But that will be seen very shortly. Oh, nice little room there by AARSHAP, getting that green guard out.
Very nicely done by AARSHAP. The blue guard with the red cane.
And now on to the ball and chain guard. You can use that red block to kill this guard, but I find it easier to use a couple of pots. That red cane can be kind of tricky with the red guard, the ball and chain guard here.
Ooh, a nice early hook shot. That makes the rest of this dungeon very easy. 6 stun prizes. 20 rupees. That's not a bad stun prize.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And of course, hookshot can help with some quicker movement, of course, if you're able to latch onto some things and you sort of not hover, but hover around this or slide around the dungeon here. And I believe the hookshot will be better to kill the rats with, because you can sort of just fire right at them when they're standing in front of you instead of using the red cane. So we'll be able to preserve some magic here through the rest of the escape.
Alright. Got some unique sprites. Retro Redfield just running with plain old Link. Looks like KORIVAIN running with the Wolf Link. Kind of a wolf head on a Link's body. And AARSHAP running, with, of course, with the Goose from a game that has no time. Let's see what the rats have. Oh, we won't quite yet. Alright, well. 5 arrows, does that prize pack include a bomb?
If that was the first one, then that does not include the bomb. That's a bunch of arrows.
Yep. Okay. Well,
and of course the snakes are in the same one as the green guards. But we do get Quake out of the back. And you know, the good thing with these with the prize packs not having bombs is, you know, nobody else was able to get the prize pack with bombs either, since everyone is running the same seed. So does not really matter that much, as opposed to getting unlucky and just not getting bombs. And Retro just making sure, killing some more rats, but of course got to get the key rat here and get the key from that rat. AARSHAP just trying to will bombs to drop, but I don't think that is going to happen.
No, not this time. Not a great... Oh, I mean, the hookshot's a good find, but not the best escape. Let's see what we got at the... Sanctuary. A sword! Alright, I take that back. Sword and hookshot. And
sword is nice.
Scenario, not a bad start.
Yeah, and you know, as much as we're saying the red cane wasn't that glad, the runners might not have been glad to get that. You know, Turtle Rock and Misery Mire, you always seem to be looking for the red cane to get in there or something like that. It's just a little peace of mind to knowing you're going to have that going into the latter parts of the seed in about an hour and a half. And of course, it makes a couple other dungeons like Ice Palace and Swamp Palace a little bit more tolerable when you go into those, if we end up have to dip into those. And we're going to get a couple little diversions here, of course, as expected, with 3 runners. The AARSHAP is going to be checking the Lumberjack tree. because we do find some bombs over in the Lost Woods on KORIVAIN's side.
Nothing going on in the lumber tree. Big 20. There's some hearts on the tree pull.
All right, you can breathe a sigh of relief.
I'm going into Lost Woods. Bombs, which they want.
Yeah, that is,
That's a
of
good
course,
find.
is opening up some chests here in Kakariko Village.
Curry with a slight lead, but that's kind of not. That's kind of immaterial right now.
Yeah, we'll see if any of these runners make a big play going into a dungeon or clearing overworld and what kind of items they will find. Of course, we can't really do any sequence breaks of note quite yet. We don't have gloves or anything like that could help us get up the mountain in the dark. Of course, with that hookshot in hand, these runners will be pretty tempted to go up there as soon as they can, I would think. And of course, knowing that those red 20s are on the stun prize, farming up some more money before going into Kakariko. Got to play off that bottle vendor.
So, as you may have know, I'm pulling triple duty on this race. I'm not only tournament organizing it, I am restreaming and commentating, and you're going to watch a little behind-the-scenes magic go on, because I just discovered KORIVAIN has a timer.
Oh, that is good to hear.
So
Of course, you know, 4 or 5 seconds here or there is not really a big deal to us watching, but nice to know kind of where they are. As the runners here are trying to get through Kakariko in under 11 minutes, hopefully. And really not a lot in Kakariko so far. We've got a couple checks left here at the back of the tavern, but nothing really to write home about at this point. So I would be surprised to see at least one of these runners just do the race game blind, you know, saying there's got to be something in one of these just large number of checks. I guess it's going to be down here. And
just like that, we have a timer.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. And just bombs on the library, so we won't be coming back for those unless we're in really dire straits. And KORIVAIN just going to blind check it, or excuse me, just going to check it before going through the maze. Saves a little bit of time if it's nothing, and looks like it's something because they are turning around, but I did not see what it was.
We'll find out in a moment. Standard table pulls.
And Grey Corvid in chat thinks it's a sword, and 3, 2, 1, it is.
Level 2 sword off the bat, always nice. Just want to know about the standings. Runners are running with a 10-minute delay, so the standings may be ahead of what we're watching. Not maybe, they will be ahead of what we're watching, because I can't delay that. Alright, KORIVAIN heading down to the well. Didn't quite get the hookshot chest, that's not a big deal. Go ahead and open up that dam, get the outside and come on back in. Ooh, mirror off the bat.
All right, that's another
And the flute!
Oh, wow.
Just the well of value here.
Well, that is a lot of Death Mountain, at least the Light World Death Mountain that you can clear now, because the flute gives you logical access up there, and of course, use the mirror, get up to Tower of Hera, which is a crystal today.
Let's check out Moldrum Cave, or as I call it, New Hype Cave. New, better Hype Cave. For whatever reason, since the early days of Look at that randomizer, Hype Cave has not been so hyped. I just think it's too late in the run.
Yeah, this is tier 1 location. We get blue mail and a bow. That's nice to have. Of course, that's one of 2 progressive bows in the item pool here today. So now a couple of decisions that runners got to make. Do I go up the mountain? Do I go into Eastern Palace, which is also a crystal, and a red one to boot?
Well, let's see what KORIVAIN's going. Makes a left, he's going to go up the mountain. Makes a right, he's going to go to Eastern. He's making a left. We're going to see a dark Death Mountain,
Yeah.
it looks like.
I think probably going to go turn to the flute.
Oh, that's...
From where they,
maybe that's
from where
important.
they were, yeah. From where they were, anywhere they go, the flute is just, it's going to be faster to go activate the flute first instead of walking to Ice Rod Cave or something. They might continue to check South Shore or do some other stuff, but I think the mountain is probably on their list.
I would say the mountain with the hook shot. There's at least 8 or 9 items that easily accessible. Definitely more than that. I went 1 and 4 for a reason, everybody.
And AARSHAP and Retro Redfield doing the same thing, activating that flute. So KORIVAIN does have a slight lead here, but it is the early game and not a lot of routing or anything like that has made a big difference. And KORIVAIN going to go into the old man cave and rescue that old man, get an item off of him, and of course get a new spawn point.
See what the old man has. Right now. Just a little off. A little kiss from Ben. KORIVAIN. I keep saying KORIVAIN. KORIVAIN.
Yeah, making their way up to Spectacle Rock here. There's an item inside, and it's just $50.
That's the correct way you spell his name.
Ah, yes. So yeah, KORIVAIN looking to go into Hera here, and looks like AARSHAP is going to go to the right side. There might be something good over here, maybe even a fire source, which would put every single chest in Hera in logic. But hopefully we don't need to go to that slow basement. And a big key. So things are looking good here so far with that big key in the basement. Oh, and a glove. That's one of 2 items. As KORIVAIN's going to set up a Hera pot here with the bombs. And Retro Redfield getting us a Dark World map check. I just didn't see any of it fast enough, though, to help. Hopefully our trackers did catch that. Meanwhile, AARSHAP is in Paradox Cave. There was nothing really. There was a big heart container on the bottom, but let's see what's here in the 5 chest area. And just some more hearts and some more money. So Paradox Cave not being very generous today either. This seed hasn't really given a lot of stuff except for really at the dam.
As Umaga said, my assistant here, Mike, just doesn't talk very much. He knows what's good for him. But also, I can't... I'm trying my best with the microphone. Don't know how to raise it any higher. I'm literally maxed out, so I guess I will just yell.
Well, we're glad to have you here in whatever capacity you are. And we did get a blue cane, so that is 2 items out of Tower of Hera. That was in the big chest there, so we will not have to go into the basement at all. And I don't...
KORIVAIN
we do have
in trouble. Cool! KORIVAIN almost eating it.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. If they did hit the blocks, then they can get some hearts from under the pots here. And I don't remember if they hit the blocks on their way up. Yeah, always good to do that crystal switch in the middle floor there, just in case you're going to need hearts before you go up to fight Moldorm, which is where Retro Redfield is right now.
Yeah, AARSHAP heading right to Ice Rock Cave. I don't believe anyone else has searched that.
Yeah, and Moldorm down on 1 screen, and Moldorm down on 2 screens. Yeah, AARSHAP going into Ice Rod Cave and sort of, I mean, they did do some of the mountain checks and, you know, maybe saying I can go back to Tower of Hera later, combine it with Dark Death Mountain or something, but, I mean, with the flute, these checks are so easy to knock off your list.
Absolutely. AARSHAP heading to Eastern. At least heading to Sarashala's closet. Talk to Sarashala if he wants to learn where the green pendant is. Mighty Shovel, Mighty 10 Arrows, Mighty Red Rupee. Not a lot going on there. And Paradox. Paradox first.
Yeah, and of course, AARSHAP did check Paradox. We know there's just some money
there's
and
something
some
going on.
Hearts, yeah. And it looks like our trackers were able to see the Dark World map check. Just to update you, Ice Palace is that green crystal, and Thieves Town is the another. I'm sorry, did I say green crystal? I meant green pendant on Ice Palace. Thieves Town is another pendant. Turtle Rock is a red crystal.
That's a rough set to have. Thieves Town being a pendant is not friendly.
Yeah, that's one of my least favorite things, because it's so easy to get into and defeat the boss with, you know, limited item loadout.
But on the flip side, once you get past those first 4 items, that is a long way to go get 1 or 2 items. And if you don't have to do it, you might not want to. But there might be something down there, obviously, so it could become a real nightmare.
Yeah, and you're already going to be in that area if you're checking out, you know, the 3 houses there that have chests in Village of Outcasts. So, KORIVAIN and Retro going to finish up their Death Mountain checks. Meanwhile, AARSHAP is venturing farther into Eastern Palace.
Eastern Palace totally completable right now. You might have to do a dark room or 2, but those are the easiest dark rooms in the game. I have no... The fact that these runners are in this race probably means that they can do it.
Yeah, and once again, this is a 9-way race to determine which 8 runners will get a bye into the second round of brackets, the round of 64. And, you know, it's kind of weird that, you know, there's only there are 8 spots, but, you know, there's also 40-something spots above them. You know, everyone is really competing for that bye week to just be guaranteed to move on to another week of brackets and not have to fight your way through a best-of-3 series. So there really is a lot on the line here.
Was that the hammer on the island? I only got a quick look at it. I think that might have been the hammer.
I did not catch it.
hammer on Hilly Island. That was a hammer. Oh boy. Okay, so we are flippers and a moon pearl away from being able to get to that hammer. Still quite a bit.
That's very interesting, because we might have to go through Aga if we don't find the second glove upgrade. And of course, we don't even have a moon pearl yet.
No.
So obviously the hammer is going to be locked behind the moon pearl, but this might be a required Aga seed, even though we don't have the anything on the lumberjack ledge that would push any of the runners to do Aga before it's completely necessary.
Mind you, if you don't have moon pearl doing Aga, you can get all in one location. Usually that means it's the moon pearl.
Right. So all of our runners are going to be here in Eastern Palace at the same time. AARSHAP is on their way to getting their first crystal. Getting a nice little quick kill set up there.
All done.
Yeah.
Quizbowl makes a good point. You definitely don't want to do Aga until you get the lamp. It's way out of order and also incredibly hard.
Yeah, you were saying Eastern Palace has pretty much the easiest dark rooms. I think Aga Tower is some of the hardest ones because you can fall into those pits and everything. And not every room has a torch, which is why Aga Tower is not in logic until you do get the lamp.
No dark rooms are in logic until you get the lamp.
Theoretically, we could get the...
Yeah, if you get the fire rod first and rooms with torches in it, those become in logic, but we don't have that either. But,
Right.
Yeah. The Aga is definitely not in logic till the lamp. Got a shovel check. What's in the ground? Money!
And while we are talking about lamp logic and dark rooms and stuff, this was a standard open, and Quizbowl bringing up a point in chat. Has anyone checked the back of Escape yet? We did not get bombs. There were no bombs in the prize packs or in the chests, and that is in logic. And if the runners do go back there and walk through Escape, they will have the light cone. However, we do have the gloves, so you can take the shortcut from the cemetery and get back there pretty quickly at this point. I'm actually surprised no one has done that just yet.
I would not be surprised if that was next for KORIVAIN Retro.
Of course, the gloves were in... Oh, that's... I was talking about the gloves. That was the gloves there in Agina's cave in the desert. So that was AARSHAP's first gloves, but that is our second set of gloves that we know from up here on high. Because the first gloves that we found were in Tower of Hera.
I do believe AARSHAP is going to check.
Yeah, they're running right back there. I mean, we are Moon Pearl and Flippers away from being able to get that hammer. And, knowing where that is a big bonus. And a couple pieces of heart and a map. And KORIVAIN and Retro Redfield are going to be on Armos about the same time here. Going to get their second crystal. And a couple of different setups, but it's still going to do the same thing. 18 arrows. You can kill these Armos Knights.
Where does that leave us?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what locations we have not checked. I guess with the gloves, you can check Zora, because that is in logic from walking by the past the witch's hut and lifting up the gray rock over there. None of the other Zora checks are going to be in logic, but we might see some fake flipper shenanigans to get maybe the hobo or the Zora ledge or something, if that is something. Yeah, and of course, raids, our tracker bringing up in chat that Checkerboard Cave is in logic, because we eventually will have the Titan's Mitts, the second glove upgrade. There we go on KORIVAIN side, and you can, flute to 6, open up the Dark World portal, walk over there as a bunny, and mirror to the Light World and get Checkerboard Cave. And having Moon Pearl in there is definitely a possibility. Yeah, we'll see if AARSHAP wants to check Super Bunny. They already did the mountain, and they don't have the hammer, so it's really a big trek to get back over there. And of course, it would be out of logic because you're, in a bunny state, but it might be worth checking. Very interesting that KORIVAIN and Retro have pretty much been routing the seed exactly the same, and they have been within 1 or 2 rooms of each other this entire time.
Yep.
Although Retro does not have their Titan's Mitts from Nagina's Cave quite yet. Nice bomb jump there by AARSHAP. So where is that moon pearl? We have found everything else that we will get for Dark World access, except that moon pearl.
Now, is checkerboard considered in logic? Because you gotta be a bunny for that as well.
Yeah, it is in logic to bunny walk.
Okay.
I've had a seed with the moon pearl there in checkerboard before, and it really confused me. And then I realized, oh, it's in logic because it's, it's a light world location.
Right.
And we are able to get there.
So you can bunny walk to got it. Yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to Super Bunny, which is in the.
That's a glitch.
Yeah, it's a glitch. You're in the dark world, but when Link falls through one of those pits that doesn't, kill you or send you to the beginning of your screen, you become a Super Bunny and you can open up chests and lift pots and things. Kind of weird, but hence that's the name why it is called Super Bunny Cave.
AARSHAP is gonna check checkerboard. Let's punish check. We got some fake flippers going on for Retro. In case you don't know, if you screen position the moment you drop into water, you can fool people thinking you have the flippers. And what's more, you can fool them thinking you are permanently in the flipper state.
Oh boy, run away.
Pterodactyl wants him. Luckily, no reduced damage.
I almost would have thought about taking a mirror there just to, make the pterodactyl there go back to his home. His perch.
Nothing on checkerboards.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be on Zora then, and Retro does have enough money.
Retro loses his fake state.
So this could be the moon pearl. It could be something else that opens up some more checks, like boots or
fire rod
something
on
like that.
ledge. That will
Oh wow!
The boots do the glitch, or the actual flippers. Or
yeah, and of course Zora could have flippers. It could be vanilla.
It's regular old Zora here.
And all of our runners seem to be diverging upon, or converging upon Zora at this very moment.
Might be lamp on Zora. That's my guess. That's what chat's guess.
Yeah, it's got to be something.
It's the moon pearl.
All right, we have our Dark World access. Now, where do you go from here? Okay, and of course, Retro's going to at least try to do the fake flipper here. This is one of the harder ones because you have to get in there and then fall down a waterfall all within a couple of frames or something like that. Got the first one. But yeah, that is tough. And then, of course, oh, there we go.
Only so many resources.
Yeah, but this is worth trying because if you can get it... Oh, I thought they were going to get it that time.
Nope.
It is tough to get that waterfall to drop pretty quickly.
Out of bombs, that's going to do it.
But knowledge is power, and they do know where that fire rod is. Of course, they know everyone else is going to have to come up here and get their moon pearl as well.
AARSHAP buying some bombs. Was totally out of them. He said to do it fake.
Yeah, probably just preemptively buying the bombs in case they were going to set up this fake flipper here.
Don't need to do the fake flipper, but boy, this just wasting a lot of time by not doing it.
Yeah, so now they do have the red cane, which I think there's another way to sort of overload the ancilla here, but pretty much the common way is to fire 3 arrows, put down a couple bombs, and do a splash delete there. But not getting it that try either on KORIVAIN side. Retro is also sort of last location. Their Titans emits here, so they're going to get those and carry on to the Dark World somewhere. Yeah, there we go. There's that. I think you need to explode it.
With the Moon Pearl now and the Titans mix, that's full-blown Dark World access. Especially with the hook shot. Well, no, it's not quite, I don't think. You gotta enter it from the Western Dark World. And I don't believe without hammer or flippers you can get to that east side. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Now if you're joining us late, we do know where the hammer is. It is on Lake Hylia Island, so we are going to need those flippers to logically get it. We have everything else we need at this point, but if we do get boots, you could sequence break around those flippers.
AARSHAP gets it.
Oh, there we go. Nice job, AARSHAP. And Retro's going to go back to try and get that fire rod. You know, or maybe they're, of course, using that Moon Pearl to go in into the Lake Hylia. Or, I'm sorry, the Zora Waterfall Ferry here.
Worth a check. Oh.
Oh, and gets the heart refill, which, of course, puts you back in the flipper state.
That's some rotten luck.
Yeah, luckily you just go back out and you have that Moon Pearl, so the game thinks you should be walking on water. No big deal. And a first bottle. That's a sequence broken bottle. Might be worth checking what's on Lazy Kid before dipping into the Dark World.
AARSHAP getting the fire rod gives him a pretty decent advantage. If he can just go do Skull Woods, which is a crystal right now. Just go straight to the back.
Yeah, that's definitely a heads-up play, knowing that Skull Woods is a crystal, and Thieves Town, the other good option, is a pendant, which is not really a good option.
Well, you'll always... I find that you always check the first 4 in Thieves Town. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, it is pretty fast. But you do want to know that if you don't find anything, you can bounce and feel good about that.
Especially when you have the mirror.
And just some more money in Wire Shed there.
KORIVAIN getting the work back. Gonna try to bomb jump across to the big chest. Do it. It's a deceptively difficult bomb jump with Red Ruby in it.
And Retro's checking checkerboard before doing anything else. I like this because, you know, thinking about where how Zora became pretty much a location that could have had something. I think a lot of runners would have checked checkerboard first. And so Retro's just sort of saying, if everyone else checked this, I better check it now too. Because if it's something, I'm going to leave it here forever and never get back here. So I might as well check it. So good heads up play there. Because reminder, they are racing against 8 other runners at this point.
Yes. I think a quick straw poll chat. That standings page is definitely going to spoil this race if you leave it there. Would you guys prefer to have it up and know what happens with crossball racers instantly, or would you prefer that I hide that at some point so you don't get this race spoiled? Just answer the chat when you can. Meanwhile, AARSHAP going through the back of Skull Woods. We saw...
Yeah, taking down the mummies there. Get some fire rod shots in.
Quizball has the best answer of all time. Hide it after 7th place checks in. Not a lot going on in Village of Outcasts. Ooh, Richard Redfield's heading up the mountain. Bombos on is what's required to open up Turtle Rock. This should not be that biggest problem. Moth's never really easy.
Yeah, we are on Blue Mail and Master Sword. Of course, AARSHAP did sequence break and get the fire rod, which is why they're back here, and it will help here, although we don't really have any magic at the moment.
In Safety Cave here, Retro Redfield finding the powder and the cape. And the lamp!
Lamp is nice to find. Don't have to do dark rooms anymore.
We got some significant route diversions going on here. KORIVAIN heading into Thieves Town.
Yeah, and this will probably be a first four, just like you said.
First four of the year. I was wondering, if you wind up getting something like 1 item and 3 dungeon items, do you venture further? Or do you just leave? I generally leave.
Yeah, I've usually made my mind up before I go in that I'm gonna just do the front four, especially being a pendant. You know, and if I get 1 or 0 items, I just say, well, it's gonna take so much longer to go back. I'll just last location those things.
That shield on that goose looks really dumb. In a good way, in a fun way. Like, really, it's just floating.
Well, I hope they get their mirror shield eventually.
Yeah, oh man, that'd be great.
We can see what that looks like.
What else? What other secrets does the Earth hold? Let's find out as KORIVAIN plays the digging game. Just a little bit of love.
A lot of digs, yes, for a little bit of love.
And, can you yell that?
And we'll see if they do the Smith chain here. Of course, they could have the flippers. They could have something that they need. They're going to wait until they get that hammer before doing Smith chain in a more optimal way so you can clear all of the things. I'm going to go check Cave 45 here.
Grove Ledge. As it's also known. 10 arrows? You hear 5 arrows? That's not unwelcome.
Yeah, we're going to need those, especially if we're going to go into Palace of Darkness or something like that. That requires the arrows to move about the dungeon.
I don't think you're still away in Palace of Darkness, is there?
Not logically at this point,
No.
but you never know when those arrow drops are going to show up, and there's not really a lot of them in Palace of Darkness.
No.
So, worth it to grab.
Mimics that have them in their rooms.
And we still have not found a lot of progression, but we are coming up on 5 checks here in Hype Cave on KORIVAIN's side. Retro checked out Graveyard Ledge, it was nothing.
Watch this have a ton of irons because I made fun of it earlier.
Oh, of course.
Maybe not. Oh, it's a bottle. That's another item check. Oh, sword's nice. Man, yeah, Flipper's probably in pod for required double dip. Have to find the... No, it can't be.
Flippers could be in pod because now that we have the lamp, we can go and beat Aga and get to the East Dark World that way.
Yeah.
So, knowing how to fake Flipper in this location that KORIVAIN is in, or in the Dark Magic Shop area known as the Kern Jump, would be a good thing. And using that same Ancilla deletion, or splash deletion. There we go. Put enough things on the screen, it doesn't make the splash.
Oh.
Now, you can't mirror when you are in a fake Flipper state. You have to be walking.
So you have to get hit by the guy to land on the water, right? But the trouble is that he get hit into the deep water.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go all the way over to Palace of Darkness there. I mean, we could have Flippers or whatever leads to Flippers over on the Pyramid or on Catfish or in Palace of Darkness. Those are all of the checks over there on that East Dark World that logically we could get to. We just have to go through the Aga Tower climb.
But there's nothing here. You gonna see what the Smith got? Unless we've already done that.
This is a new check for us. The Lazy Kid was a new check, and now here the Smiths are.
Trade 10 rupees for 300 rupees.
That's a good deal. I'll take any time.
Let's check. The Mao Closet.
Yeah, and this, we did get this before. I think it was a couple of money things. I think this purple chest turn-in is going to be a new check for us as well. And really, it comes down to purple chest and the back of Thieves Town, and then, of course, the required Aga Tower, or logical Aga Tower climb.
While we're going over each other's steps, I want to mention that this is not the only place that this race is happening. You can also check out Zelda speedruns 2 and 3. That is where there are two other sets of the same race. There's 3 races across 3 racers on 3 channels, making 9 total racers. See the full list on the bottom right corner. As well, I want to give a shout out to our trackers, sammimmas and Raids138. A big thank you to GoMod Podcast for restreaming our tournament.
And KORIVAIN is going to give us a new check here into Desert Palace, which I don't think any of our runners did. Now, this is a pendant, but of course, we could have a couple of items here in the front.
This could be really quick, though, because they do not have the boots. Okay, that's one item on the...
Well, the good news is it's not boots locked, and the better news is it's an item. So we're one of 2 items here, and hopefully we find the other one in the next couple chests and can cross this off our list. Now, of course, the pedestal is still in logic, because that could always have something needed for Toro Rock, like the Ice Rod or the Bombos Medallion or some other thing. So pedestal is not quite dead yet.
The big chest
of course
have a small key in it. AARSHAP already on Buttersword. Yep, and the boss has the last item. But if you want to do that, yeah, go pick up the big chest. Uh-oh, there's leaving.
Yeah, so they're going to have to remember if they come back to Desert to go get that small key, because they did steal the small key from the back. Just anticipation of, you know, it being boots locked or something.
Hey, Myers completable, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is. We had checked the medallion, and, you know, of course, it was Quake.
So I'm gonna go right away.
And Retro is the only one that has... Yeah, it is pretty uncommon to have an early mire like this. Retro is the only one that has gotten the lamp. So they're going to be a little bit quicker going through than KORIVAIN is.
Yeah, those are some tough dark rooms.
And of course, not having the lamp or the fire rod, there could be items or even the big key locked behind the fire source. On the firelock side here on the left, there's of course the compass chest and the vanilla big key chest. So Retro has the lamp, AARSHAP has the fire rod, which was a sequence break behind Flippers. But KORIVAIN has no fire source.
None whatsoever. Which means you cannot get one of those items. 2 of those items. AARSHAP getting yelled at by the fountain.
And a key here. Of course, there's a key under the pot, and there's a key in the spike chest here that Retro has already found. Means that KORIVAIN is going to be able to go and hit the crystal switch and check this arena chest that Retro is coming up on. So there's that big key, and it's not fire locked, so KORIVAIN will be able to finish this dungeon. Who knows if they'll get all the items out of it, though. Meanwhile, AARSHAP has gone into Ice Palace.
Also a pendant, but it's a green pendant, so it's like another item. It's one of the item spawns. Let's see, there's on the left side here for Retro Redfield.
Yeah, we had a map. We had a map in the compass chest, so not, you know, an item that we're looking for, just some dungeon trash.
Oh, we're gonna see Icebreaker from AARSHAP.
And was that an accidental mirror on AARSHAP's side? Or, of course, they don't have the hammer, so they can't go any farther on that.
No, they can't go very far.
Of course, they went to the, you know, the illogical side, the out of logic side. You know, if they have all the stuff to get in here, they could have checked some chests on the, you know, the left side of swamp, and they didn't even have to do the bomb jump.
Red rupee on the big key chest.
Of course, they were probably saying, I don't even have the flippers. Being in Ice Palace is just a complete logic sequence break. Anyway, I'm just going to leave. And KORIVAIN, got to put the block down, pick it up, walk about one tile over to the right, and toss it straight up. Oh, I think they took a death there. They don't have any fairies.
No.
And I believe our last item is going to be on Vitreous. So KORIVAIN's going to go back there and say, I'm in here. I've got to beat it. It's a crystal. I'm here. I got to do my due diligence. Which I agree with. So all of our runners here in Misery Mire at the same time. We'll see if AARSHAP picks up some time by skipping left side and the Firelock side. They have the Fire Rod, of course, so they can do that. And of course that lamp coming in helpful for Retro Redfield there. Going through the dark rooms, no problem.
Is my audio any better?
I can definitely hear you better, so hopefully chat can as well.
Just up my mic gain a lot more. I just made Mike do it. It is not any better. It's a little better. Okay.
Retro filling up on some fairies. Nice to have that potion there. Or, yeah, magic potion.
How about now?
Magic powder.
Or is it really, really loud? Okay.
I can definitely hear you loud and clear.
Alright, I got it fixed. Yay! Alright.
All right, welcome. And Retro just needs to put 8 arrows into the big eyeball here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And that is their third crystal at 5130, and that is ether, which is not helpful to us.
No, that's the useless one.
So there were no good items in Misery Mire. One of them is on the Firelock side in the big key chest. The other one is here on Vitreous. But that is a crystal down.
So, Mike has fixed my mic. He might even get dinner tonight. Don't look that excited. I said might.
Retro, of course, taking advantage of the fact that they are in the Misery Mire Desert Palace area and gonna get their items out of here. Now, they didn't get the key from the back to make this a little bit simpler, so they're gonna have to go back and forth a little bit, but they'll get the items out of here, no problem. I believe there was only one in Desert, and the other one's gonna be on the boss.
KORIVAIN ran out of bombs in the middle of Mire, so we had to leave.
Oh, yeah, I did miss that. I mean, that is tough. They're going to get their lamp up here and feel kind of bad. But maybe they'll go back with boots or something. Of course, they didn't get any items out of Misery Mire at all because one was on the Firelock side and one was on the boss. So they might actually go back there sooner rather than later, trying to get some value out of that area.
Wonder if in a race like this where you're trying to get a better seed and trying to win, but really your top line goal is to not finish last in a nine-player race. Would you play a little bit safer? Like not take any big swings, try to just make sure you finish with a good time?
Yeah, I think that's why Retro and AARSHAP both did the Firelock side. You know, if something's there, I'm not going to leave it. It's worth investing the time right now.
Yeah.
Instead of all that time it takes to get back into the dungeon. So I actually don't know this, but I'm luckily joined by the admin of the Challenge Cup. So does the first place winner get the best seed?
Yes, the first place winner of this will be
runners?
the 41st seed in the brackets. This is for all group winners have gotten 1st through 40th, and those will be random. Those seeds, exact seeds, will be randomized within group placements. So more or less, everybody who went undefeated gets a random roll, and they place between 1 and I think there were 12 undefeated, so it's 1 through 12. I think there were 12. I could be over. And so on and so forth.
This is really the only sort of litmus test between all runners tied with the same record because they are vying for a bye. We can't really have everyone tied for first or everyone tied for 18th or whatever race against each other just to get seeding. So
we
course,
could,
KORIVAIN,
but I would quite simply pull my hair out.
Yeah, that'd be a little bit much. I don't blame you for just letting it be what is. And of course, when KORIVAIN found their lamp, they gave us a few sword slashes to show their just extreme pleasure for where lamp was.
I want to be honest here. This was actual hours of behind-the-scenes scheduling to get these 9 people to race at the same time. Doing that
I don't doubt it.
over and over again. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I know. All these runners are probably in different time zones. And, many countries around the world, and wherever you are watching, we appreciate it and are glad you are here joining us for this I especially appreciate
placement race. The runners in Europe, Retro Redfield being one of them. It's 1 a.m. over there. That was when it started. It's currently 2:08 a.m.
Well, yeah, I can't even imagine racing that late. I'd have trouble staying awake.
I've done it. You wind up doing that when you race someone in Australia.
Sword. Oh, yeah. Although, if you don't dream about rando, you're not doing it right?
Absolutely. Everyone's going over each other's spots.
So we still are on the look for the flippers, which are going to give us the hammer, and it's looking more and more likely that they are going to be in the East Dark World, whether it be Catfish, or on the Pyramid Ledge, or in Pod. I'm pretty sure we've exhausted all of our other locations that it could be. We know it can't be in Ice Palace. We know it can't be in Swamp Palace, because of course you need the flippers to get into both of those. Logically for Ice Palace, but it's a hard requirement for Swamp. And we've gotten pretty much everything else. Oh, we do have the back of Thieves Town, which is sort of where Retro's headed right now.
We haven't actually checked that yet. That has the ice rod, which is important. It's actually necessary.
Yeah, beyond the flippers, we're of course looking for Ice Rod and Bombo's medallion, which gets us into Turtle Rock. And I think
Flippers might be
of course
unblind.
we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retro hasn't checked on the front checks of Thieves Town. I would not be surprised if he did the entirety of it, knowing what else he's checked. It's that or Duaga, and they're both long, and they both, well, Aga leads to a lot, many more chests, and there's two items in the front, I believe. So, do you dive for 2 items, or do you do all of Aga and then go for the 6 or so items, 7 items actually, that you would get by doing East?
I think in the vein of not double dipping dungeons, you know, you could go into Pod and not find the flippers or hammer or anything. I think going into Thieves Town does make the most sense here to complete the entire dungeon and you know, to stay within the logic of the seed.
Well, looks like that's what Richard's doing.
Yeah, and if nothing's here, then either take the Aga Tower climb or figure out a way to fake flipper over to the East Dark World. I'm pretty sure at least one of these runners is going to know how to do a fake flipper and get over there. But it's probably one of the last things they're going to want to do.
It's not an easy fake flipper. It's a really hard fake flipper. You'd almost want to like maybe hit the capitalism fairy with the easier fake flipper to get a ton of bombs to get more shots at it first.
Yeah, sometimes it takes me 1 try and sometimes it takes me 10 or 15.
I simply cannot do it. I've tried and it just doesn't work. And I'm not confident enough to waste a lot of time trying. Again, might be why you're in the brackets and I am not.
Well, and then of course we know where the hammer is because we saw at least 1 runner check it. Do we know if all 3 runners have?
Yes,
checked it?
they've all while they're fake flippering, just took a quick peek at the island.
Okay, that is good to know.
So they know where they're going. Man.
And the attic is just a compass.
KORIVAIN going back and gonna finish off Restreamer.
Yeah, and gonna do the Firelock side because, as we talked about earlier, it's better to be safe than sorry in this seed.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the bottom right, our standings runner hasn't done anything. Just a bunch of names. Yeah, I gonna check these 2 items. You kind of want to do the pendant now and just finish it. God forbid there's something on the pedestal, because you really don't want to go back and dive this whole thing again. Even if these are both items. Well, one of them isn't available. That's Bombos. That's access to the Turtle Rock.
All right, so we did get some value out of here. We don't have the hammer, so we can't get to the last chest.
Yeah, you can't enter Turtle Rock whatsoever. Because you need the hammer to get the pegs down. To get the work.
Oh, sorry. I meant we don't have the hammer to access the big chest. Thieves Town. However, the dungeon is not hammer locked, so the boss itself is logically accessible.
Yes.
Even if you use your keys in the worst way possible.
I love the way they have to account for that, because somebody could, I don't know, lose their minds. Blind unique boss in the sense that it does not matter what level sword you have. It's 3 sets of 3 hits, no matter what. Sword beam, fighter sword, hammer, King of Samaria. 3 sets, 3 hits. All right.
Yeah, and 3 times 3 is 9, and down goes blind. And we get some arrows.
So that is, I believe that is all the chests in there, so that's not in Thieves Town. This is a mean seed.
Yeah, and we cannot get into Turtle Rock, so I think we are down to something on East Dark World, and we'll see if AARSHAP is going to do a fake flipper over there.
I don't know if AARSHAP has totally done
I think it's worth
south.
trying, even if you have only gotten it a couple times. At least try it before doing the 3 or 4 minute AGA climb.
AARSHAP still has checks as is Retro. Retro still has to turn in the blacksmith. Get that full chain. KORIVAIN gonna wrap up Misery Mire. Red mail, butter sword, not a big problem. I want to make this extra fast. We turn on the cape.
AARSHAP floats away. Yeah, I really thought AARSHAP was going to do the kern jump there, especially because, you know, they showed that they knew enough about fake flippering and splash deletion to get that fire rod. But, you know, I guess staying in logic here as well, getting probably going into Thieves Town.
I would think so.
And have we seen Magic Bat? We have upcoming Magic Bat.
Yes, I believe it was. Forget it was something. Oh, it was the Astron. So.
Oh right.
It's a required item.
Somehow I remember seeing it, but I also forgot it was here.
Retro's gonna turn in the chest, has nothing else on that chain, so gonna go ahead and fly. Nothing going on, unfortunately. Now we're gonna see if a kern jump, or are we going to see an AGA run?
Yeah, we will see where they go. I can't remember if they checked the graveyard ledge here. Looks like they're fluting a mirror, so they have not.
No.
Sorry, switching, quick swapping to mirror.
Oh, we haven't checked on back of DP yet.
Yeah, there is an item.
There's an item in back of
DP.
GP.
Palace Plus.
This is what we call. This is what we in the business call a hard gamble. Retro is just betting that this is not an Eastern Dark World. I don't love this play.
Yeah, especially after they've already found Babos and Ice Rod. Ped is very much on life support, if it could actually be anything at this point, which I don't think it can, because I guess it could be boots or something that gets you the big key in Ganon's Tower. KORIVAIN attempting this kern jump here. You need to get hit by that bomb and move into the screen transition right as you fall in the water.
Nicely done.
Here we go.
All right, that's gonna get KORIVAIN to Eastern Dark World. We're gonna learn some things real quick.
Yeah, and of course, I think checking Catfish here is good.
Right here.
Right here. So we are looking for flippers. Flippers will also give us the hammer and the fire rod. It'd be really great if they were up here, because we have the mirror. KORIVAIN could just mirror and get the fire rod right away. And I think that would actually, are flippers our go mode?
Flippers to hammer.
Up here in the booth, we know everything, of course.
Unless the boots are, unless the big check key in Ganon's Tower. Wow, flippers.
Where are those flippers? Don't forget to get your fire rod, KORIVAIN.
Oh, KORIVAIN, your fire rod!
Away.
Turn around!
I mean, it is.
Wait.
Pretty quick. Oh, it is pretty quick with the flute. You know, if they flute to 8.
You just, maybe they just wanted to teleport point back here. That's kind of strange. Maybe they just remembered.
Yeah.
Retro heading into Ice Palace. That is gonna basically flip around the placement of this. KORIVAIN was kind of behind due to a weird deaths, but getting that jump and getting the flippers off the bat, it's gonna lead to fire rod. It's gonna lead to hammer. Still has to do a couple of dungeons. That were done, namely Skull Woods.
Yeah, but Ice Palace is a crystal. I'm sorry, a
Pendant. So Ice
right?
Palace.
So this is, I mean, the Flippers can't be here, and they
Nope.
have Ice Rod and Bombos. This is, I don't
think there's anything in here.
A wise use of their time. Because if they did check and see where that hammer is, they know where that hammer is. So we know where the hammer is, and it is locked behind the Flippers, or of course I'll boot Sequence Break because it is on Lake Hylia Island. And we believe everyone checked it.
Yes, I know KORIVAIN certainly checked it. Retro Redfield certainly checked it. I'm not 100% sure about AARSHAP, but I'm fairly certain by the way he's routing, he did too. Yeah, I think the Flippers are gone.
Yeah, and that was a required Aga seed. We're able to sequence break around that. KORIVAIN, maybe they don't know where the hammer is.
There's one big... Well, they don't have the hammer. They have to get to the Dark World first. And you can't get to the Dark World anywhere else unless you have the hammer.
Can't do it. Yeah.
One big problem that KORIVAIN has, KORIVAIN does not know where Bombos is. And Bombos is in the back of Thieves Town. And that's going to be a late check.
Yeah, they're going to full clear all of these crystal dungeons, including Palace of Darkness and Swamp Palace.
So this lead might be short-lived, depending on what AARSHAP does. Retro's just losing time in Ice Palace at this point.
Yeah, and then going to the dead end there.
And going back in.
Maybe looking at maybe they don't know where the hammer is.
Maybe. I can't imagine though.
I mean, I'm trying to remember which runner did that fake flipper, or sorry, splash deletion from that northern side to check Hobo, because, you know, with the flute, it's so easy to go to 8 and go to Hobo from down near that 8 spot that everybody uses to fake flipper, and you just might not loop around and check that island. But KORIVAIN is on their way to another crystal here. That'll be 4 for them. And Retro's going down into the bowels of Ice Palace. They don't need to do the hammer, or sorry, the Ice Palace bomb jump up here, so we'll see if they have the switch go the correct way, because they're not going to be able to beat the boss without the hammer.
Yeah, AARSHAP learned something doing on Desert Palace.
And they are setting up the Ice Palace bomb jump. Which is going to make routing in the ice tea room a little harder.
KORIVAIN wrapping up Mafula.
Nice easy fight with that gold sword. And now they're going to walk all the way down and get that hammer. I'm pretty sure they know where their hammer is. They were trying to go into the Dark World from Link's house, and now they're just going to have to walk a little bit farther.
Yep, they don't have much of a choice, but again, you're here. You need to do the dungeon. You do the dungeon. Again, the downside, though, is Bombos is in an ugly, ugly place for KORIVAIN.
Retro did get the bomb jump on their last bomb.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for their sake that they didn't get it and they'd have to go back and flip the switch, which would make routing a little bit easier, but they are moseying on down here. AARSHAP trying to set up that Kern jump. It's all about a little bit of timing.
Ooh, almost.
Oh, I thought that was it. They might have to be a little bit higher, too. Yeah, they need to start moving before the bomb starts to explode.
Nope, got it.
Got it, there we go.
Our shop's gonna be in really, really good shape. Oh no! Oh no! Turn around! Our shop remembers the catfish exists.
And Retro is going to climb Aga Tower, I believe, here.
Ooh.
They've exhausted all of their checks, even the logic breaks, sequence breaks.
KORIVAIN got the hammer, but I gotta think that our shop's actually in the lead here.
Yeah, our shop is going to get these flippers and be very happy because they are going to be in go mode.
Yeah, they know that the hammer is, and they can just get there right now, and they don't need to find bombos. Only thing that puts them might put them not in go mode is if the big key in Ganon's Tower is on the bonk torch.
Yeah, there's one check in Ganon's Tower that can be locked by the boots. Of course,
that would be cruel and unusual.
You know, that's 1 out of 22, and of course,
what are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that happening? And of course, if it is there, there's 21 other locations in Ganon's Tower where the boots could be. So I think you just usually check what's along your way and keep on keeping on. You gotta check the pyramid here. Maybe those are boots or something. Of course, we're gonna get the pyramid from Retro's side in a sort of a different fashion when they beat Aga Tower. And
why is our shop checking the pyramid?
Well, it could be boots.
I guess so. Yeah, make things faster. It's not. It's on the way.
Yeah, there's no better time to check it than right now, I guess. We're going to see if our shop goes to Lake Hylia Island, and I don't know if they are.
I think they are. I think they're going right now. I think here we go. They're going to check under the bridge first.
Yeah, check Hobo. To me, this means they don't know that.
No, but they're going to go.
I guess even if they do, they checked Pyramid, hoping for boots. Maybe Hobo will have boots or something. So this is the same idea.
If they get out of the water here, that's going to be frightening. No! Oh no!
Okay, so they are not in go mode because they don't know
the hammer is there.
Just like Retro doesn't.
Why wouldn't you check that first? You know you're going into this dungeon knowing that if the hammer's not here, you're leaving.
Well, the hammer is in this dungeon in the vanilla game, so.
Oh no, absolutely. But I'm saying,
you know, it does have a chance of. It does have a tendency to show up here as well in randomizer.
That island check though is 15 seconds away from where he was.
Yeah, and usually whenever I fake flipper, I will go and check that. And I don't think our shop just was able to route that in because clearly they hadn't done Hobo. You know, they just did it now. So they didn't check it earlier when they fake flippered. So they just don't have that knowledge. Or they might have just marked it off.
So it's going to be a matter of KORIVAIN's going to finish this dungeon. If KORIVAIN goes quickly to the back of Thieves Town, KORIVAIN's going to pull himself into the lead, but by a pretty decent margin. Because this is a lot of checks you can do without this hammer. Especially the way the keys seem to be set up.
Yeah, you can get everything.
Everything.
Except for the boss in this dungeon.
And you need the boss.
We have the bow. Maybe silvers or boots are in here, but there's definitely not the hammer.
No. And I think if I'm Retro Redfield and I'm climbing Aga Tower, I don't think I'm going to Catfish right away. I think he's going to go to Pod first.
Yeah, Pod first makes the most sense from here. And in AARSHAP and Retro's defense, you know, Lake Hylia Island doesn't tend to have progression a lot of the time. Or, you know, I've seen a sword or something that's just, you know, not required, but just a useful item more than anything else. So they might have just marked it off or put it out of sight, out of mind. As Retro does finish Aga and gets their logical progression to East Dark World.
KORIVAIN's definitely going to do Swamp Palace before he checks the back of Thieves Town.
Oh, for sure, because
like,
Swamp Palace is a crystal.
Hopefully he doesn't check left side is all. I'm hoping. Left side's one of those checks I think that it's pretty, you gotta know that there's two chests there before you walk into that room.
Yeah, so KORIVAIN is looking for the big key, I think. Or I guess they did find it, because they're... Oh, they're still looking for
Retro's hitting the Catfish.
Runner in Go mode at this point. We don't have a single runner in Go mode because the two that have Bombos and Ice Rod don't know where the hammer is. And
I think Retro knows where the hammer
doesn't know where Bombos is.
I think Retro knows where the hammer is. That's where I saw the hammer initially. It was on his screen. I think Retro knows where the hammer is. So, after all of this, after the Aga pull, is Retro going to pull him to the lead?
It appears that way. Now, they're going to have to remember to get their fire rod here as well.
Yep. If they have it marked on the tracker correctly, this will be easy. Nope, mirror. There you go.
I've been there. You get so excited about fighting that.
All right, you got it. Oh, wait. They got some ground to make up, but not a lot. Back of Skull Woods and a bit of Pod.
Yeah, and they're gonna get to Go mode the rest of their dungeons.
Pretty much.
Turtle Rock is not a very fast Go mode dungeon, but Swamp Palace definitely is. Pod definitely is. I didn't see where the big key was, but it wasn't too nasty of a location. No.
It's downstairs in the basement. We just watched AARSHAP get it.
Oh, okay.
I just realized saying in the basement in Pod is not useful.
I will say this, something we both sort of messed up on. Without that hammer, they can't get very far in Swamp Palace.
Nope.
So they might check the...
Ooh, yes.
They might leave Pod here and check that island on the way to Swamp, even though...
AARSHAP would. The trouble is KORIVAIN has the hammer.
Oh, I see. Yes, we were talking about looking for the Bombos hunt.
Yep.
I'm getting confused with three runners.
KORIVAIN back. KORIVAin
more than two things at once.
Yep. KORIVAin probably in third place here. Retro Redfield be able to use the quick teleport because he actually killed Aga.
And down goes Helmazor on KORIVAIN's side. That is 5 crystals for them. They have 2 more to go, but they are on the look for Bombos, which we know is in the basement of Thieves Town, which is a pendant. And Retro making their way into Swamp Palace here. we thank you all for tuning in here
Yes.
to the Go Mode Podcast Twitch channel for 3 of our runners in our 9-way race for 8 buy seeds in the 2021 Challenge Cup of the Link to the Past randomizer. All of these runners made it out of groups in second place with a record of 5-2. And they are racing against the other 6 runners on Zelda Speedruns 2 and Zelda Speedruns 3 for one of the 8 spots to move to the second round of brackets, which start next week with the first round. And eventually, in about 7 or 8 weeks, we'll get down to just 1 runner.
Switch the audio to our new leader, Retro Redfield.
Yeah, they have everything they need. Grab a little heart piece, and just going to go on to the back here. I'd be surprised to see them open up anything that wasn't just on their way.
Oh, this is an absolute go mode. Well, unless, of course, the boots are on. The big key is on the torch, and the boots are somewhere in one of these chests.
Yeah, you're going to open up a chest that you can, in the flooded room
Yes.
or something like that to hopefully find boots or silver arrows, but nothing else.
With gold sword, I wouldn't even be that concerned about silver arrows. It makes things a little bit faster, but not an awful lot. Doing spins with red or gold sword probably takes about a minute versus taking. Diver G. Called Diver Down. It's called Diver Down, right? Yeah.
Yeah, do a little rail clip here. Silver save you a little bit of time, but depends how many chests you open up if you've actually saved time over the whole course of your seed. But a couple chests here and there isn't any problem. We do find a bug net, but we are on red mail, so that's not really, fairies and stuff are not really on our radar at this point. And by now, all of our runners have found their hammer, so we have AARSHAP, who is also in go mode, but KORIVAIN is still looking for that Bombos medallion, and they are going to be probably checking most of, if not every chest here at Swamp Palace.
Retro still needs to do the rest of Pod as well, so it's going to be a close race between AARSHAP and Retro. AARSHAP is going to do Go Mode Swamp as well. Oh! Retro still hasn't done Skull Woods either.
Right, because they did get their fire rod
Right.
in the Woods and Logic.
So they got a little bit of time to make up here.
And a couple crystals on the leftmost screens. Meanwhile, KORIVAIN still on the hunt for that Bombos medallion.
As Chad has just requested, the standings are off. Let's watch
Yeah,
this race.
we will determine if we're going to reveal them, sort of in line with the delay that the runners are racing with, because of course they are running on a delay just to prevent any shenanigans from the other runners, and we are seeing them as they are being broadcast on their own channels. As you said, Retro has to do Skull Woods. They're going to wrap that up and then make their way. I guess they haven't finished Pod yet either, because they did dip that without the hammer, huh?
Correct. No, I don't think Retro even walked into Pod. Have they? Actually, I don't know.
Oh yeah, because they did their they did the Aga Tower climb and went directly and got.
Oh yeah, they went south to.
Got their hammer. So they're gonna have a go mode pod, but it won't be super quick. Just a nicer pod. AARSHAP is going into their 6th crystal, which is Swamp Palace. Give us about 3 minutes and they'll probably be done with this one.
There is a certain joy to being the Restreamer and the commentator and the tournament organizer, because I can just make decisions like turn off the standings and who's going to yell at me? Me?
Well, I'm certainly not going to yell at you.
I hope not. Yeah, the chat can yell at me. No, we're gonna keep them off. We think it's more fun. I think it's more fun.
We'll definitely reveal some of the way these runners have placed against the field when
yes.
Time comes.
Yes. I still have it open in the background. Nobody has finished. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody has finished.
Yeah, this was a seed where you're going to have to be very thorough. And of course, we talked about all the runners sort of knowing that, you know, they just need to come in the top 8 and they don't want to leave anything behind. We saw all the runners check, you know, the Firelock side of Misery Mire. Only one of them, or sorry, 2 of them went into Pendant Thieves Town and did the basement, but we are waiting for KORIVAIN to do that and finally get their bombos for go mode. So they have been very thorough, and then of course the seed itself expected you to defeat Aga Tower and get to East Dark World to get your flippers, to get your hammer and your fire rod, which are very much required in this seed. So it is a long sort of slog, and we have not even seen boots yet. So the strategies change a little bit. If you're racing a one-on-one race, you might skip, you know, the basement of Hera or Misery Mire's left side or something like that. But when you're racing against a bunch of people, the strategy does change a little bit. And luckily we, you know, had some items that let us full clear and had a few good dungeon layouts. Like we didn't even have to think about the basement of Hera. But AARSHAP is, as promised, on Argus, Gold Sword, Hookshot, taking care of business. Bringing that fire rod out for some shots and a Gold Sword spin. Okay, now KORIVAIN is on the hunt for Bombos, and they are going into Ice Palace. We've all seen Bombos or Fire Rat be in Ice Palace. But with the red pendant in, or I'm sorry, red cane in tow, this is a pretty quick check to get 3 items. They might defeat the boss even if they get all 3 items, because ped is always a thing. But
yep.
This is a little bit quicker than I think going into the basement of Thieves Town or something else that is on their item tracker, map tracker. But AARSHAP is making their way up to Turtle Rock, so we can safely say that they are in the lead now. Metro on their way to their 6th crystal in Palace of Darkness.
Just gonna fill that bottom right image or something. Just give me a moment.
And we appear to have one of the Hyrulean elders joining us on the bottom right of our screen, drinking something out of a chalice.
The stretch is gonna look bad, but you know, that whole game looks bad.
Retro is looking for that big key, which I believe is in the U room. And of course, AARSHAP is looking for a big key as well, which they find there. That'll be a little optimal routing, not having to do the lava chest in Turtle Rock. And yeah, KORIVAIN is going to go beat the boss here, I believe, and then do a green pendant turn in probably after defeating Cold Stare. But gotta get some health, and then there's 3 magic pots, or 3 magic, little magic refills there. And of course there's a couple more down here right before the boss room to get a full magic meter. Cold Sword makes Cold Stare pretty easy, and gets him down to 4 swipes. Just a map there, but of course that green pendant does have an item behind it, and we will find out what that is. Now, technically it could be the boots. We could have that 1 in 22 chance that the big key is on the torch and GT, so this could be a good play. Meanwhile, Retro is on Helmasaur in the basement.
That's
17 blocks to the helmet.
Rock, but AARSHAP definitely in the lead at this point. Pretty sizable lead.
Yeah, and you know, we've been talking about that 1 in 22 chance, and boots could really be anywhere. They could be here on this green pendant tournament, and they could be, you know, just sitting there in Ganon's tower as well if they aren't necessary.
People who have been on this channel more often, is there a big key game working here, or is that part of the is that not working in general?
I believe it is not working right now.
Yeah, I think the bot had an issue. It is hard to make those bots. Oh, we could do a little guessing game on our own in chat.
Oh, for sure.
Not yet. Not yet. This is way too early.
We still need to get our 7th crystal.
Yeah, we're not there yet. None of these count.
Be thinking about it. And if you are going to guess, the number to guess is 1 or anything that's not 1, depending on if you want boots to be found or not.
we're going to switch to our leader, AARSHAP, which is doing, has a mod enabled called MSU1. It's just playing, it sounds like the overclocked remix. Let me see if I can get this a little more audio. This is I think this is the FM Synth remix, which is one that I use an awful lot because it's CD quality audio.
Getting a little bullied by that ice neck there, but does finally get another shot, and a third gold sword swipe. On to the last phase. Gotta be a little bit careful, but does have red now.
Hey Dapper, why is Trinex named Trinex?
Because it's got 3 heads.
No, it's because what his mom named. Boots!
Oh, there's the boots.
Now we're in go mode.
True go mode at 138.20. Well, that was nice of the sea to do that,
Yeah.
especially after everything else that it did for us.
Pleasant.
And Professor Renderer guessing number 1 in chat. Go ahead and put a number in there, 1 through 20.
Yeah, then now you can guess. I'll try to keep up a bit. You can keep up. Try to keep up as well. 2 people guess 7. What's your guess? My guess is I always guess number 1, but I can't because Renderer did, so I'll guess number 2.
I think it's going to be 15.
15?
It's going to be buried deep somewhere.
That looks so weird with the bird!
It's just a floating sword.
Yep. It's not 1.
Yeah, we're still on the look for a couple of shield upgrades. Maybe we can find those in GT too. So, Torch was number 1, that was nothing.
2! I win! I win!
This doesn't sit right with me. I feel like it was rigged.
I swear to God, I did not look at any of the other streams. I couldn't. I'm doing too many things.
KORIVAIN finally making their way into the Thieves' House basement is going to find their Ramos medallion here in the Maiden Cell. And a sword slash of disapproval. That's okay. The race is not over yet.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Someone got a quick look. You look real carefully, you gotta look. Due to, perhaps a mistake in clicking by the Restreamer. I will say...
I didn't see nothing.
Put some passwords in XLS, you're right. It's not all my passwords. I was gonna tap a porno or something, that would have been bad too. Not that I have a tab of porno open or anything.
And I don't know about you, but I find the boots very helpful in all these.
Oh, jeez, yeah. These ice rooms are a nightmare without the boots. Like, you can kind of stabilize yourself with the hook shot, but... Like, especially when you get into, the Helmets hallway, which I'm sure has a different name that I'm forgetting right now.
Oh, that's a good name for it. I just call it the room you want boots for.
Yeah.
Taking up a little bit of magic before they go to the Wizrobes 1. KORIVAIN is going into Turtle Rock, so they are, about half or 3/4 of a dungeon behind Retro here.
There are 8 spots for buys, remember, everybody. So, coming in first helps you for seeding, but it's not the most important place. 8th. most important place.
Yeah, there is one line in the sand, and it is between 8th and 9th. It's just, you know, you're not out of the tournament. You just have to play a best-of-3 series this coming next week instead of sort of sitting back and watching everybody else duke it out.
Oh, he's got a potion. And, gonna need it. Gonna need it. Does this mean the brackets are coming out tonight? No! No! I have to manually change them all in challenge. It takes a long time to do.
Yeah, the groups don't start till, what, Sunday? So you have a few days to...
I'll probably get to it. Maybe I'll get to it tonight. If you're all very good.
Please, sir. Can you get to it tonight? And Retro is getting their 7th crystal. Good fight there.
Imagine having to manually drag and drop 80 names. Oh man. Oh wow. That was a thing.
Oh my gosh, that was... maybe this is the new pinball room.
Yeah.
Alright, and Aga 2 at the top of Ganon's tower. Oh, almost a triple there. That was a pretty nice double. Setting up for another...
Single.
1, 2... Oh, just 1.
Oh, too late. This is bad geometry.
Yeah, and it needs one more hit.
Easy way.
Guaranteed from one of the ghosts there. It does get the one from the Corporal Aga.
Oh man. Silver arrows. Sure, I've got silver arrows in the wish room.
Yeah, so the big key is on the left side, so they're going to be a little bit later in finding those. So we'll see if they do end up doing a full right. So they did get the key here in Hope Room, so they can go as far to the right as they want. Meanwhile, AARSHAP is on Ganon. Gold Sword just needs 6 slashes in phase 1 and 6 splashes in phase 2. Moving on to phase 3, Ganon will warp around and show up whenever he feels like it.
Really nice move.
So AARSHAP does not have those silver arrows, and Ganon teases him, so saying they were in the Ganon's tower. So has to get the torch glitch there, and we're going to have to do maybe 12 spins here.
Not a big problem. Got the torch glitch?
Yep. And Retro did mirror out and is going to get the big key here on the left side. Getting some really nice setups here for triples on the game.
Missing some spins here and there. Okay. And we got him! That's gonna be AARSHAP finishing up here. I can announce to you that
He's
AARSHAP...
in chat for AARSHAP defeating Ganon.
AARSHAP has finished in 2nd place in the overall race with a score with a time of 147.18. First place, James F and X. I will let you know other times as they come in from the other races, but so far those are the only finishers within the delay.
Yeah, and congrats to AARSHAP for being our second overall between the 3 channels and getting 42nd overall in the brackets. And most importantly, earning that bye week for this coming week.
Oh, I want to change to retro. Here we go.
And Retro making their way through the gauntlet.
Yep.
On their way to be fighting Aga and Ganon eventually. Meanwhile, KORIVAIN finally gets their boots on their 7th crystal.
I think we're going to have joining us for an interview our second place finisher, AARSHAP. First place on this stream. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
I'll give you the 42nd seed.
Yeah, I hear that's a lucky number to some folks, right?
Well, it's the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
So, who rolled that? Who's responsible for this?
Yeah.
The bot.
It's always Saha's fault.
I actually didn't roll this one because I was in the middle of setting up the stream.
I'll take it on it.
The moment you set it up.
Yeah, never gonna forget to check Lake Island again. Other than that, I don't know. It seemed alright.
Yeah, we were talking on the stream. I personally have put that out of sight, out of mind plenty of times. And you weren't the only runner on our stream that didn't know where that hammer was, so don't feel too bad. But good job on getting that Kern jump over there too to avoid the Aga Tower climb.
Oh man, it's something I don't practice super often.
Vix Rider has finished in 3rd place with a score of 149.05.
Nice, congrats to Vix. But yeah, once I got down to like 4 bombs or so on the Kern jump, I was just like, oh no. But it worked out. I was really confused after Motu for a second, as I just pieced together like, oh, this is a logical Aga seed.
Right, yeah. I think all the runners would have done pretty much every check they could before going and defeating Aga. And you got the Bombos out of Pendant Thieves Town, which I'm sure felt good. Although I don't know if you knew at that time that Bombos was the medallion for Turtle Rock.
I did, yeah. I put off Thieves Town for a real long time because I knew like if I go in early, I'm gonna probably mirror out early and then just not find my hammer in the back of Thieves Town or something like that. So.
Oh, Retro taking a fall.
Ooh, that's tough.
Brother Sword is only going to lose you about 30 seconds, but that might make a difference. These times are coming in fast.
Yeah, we only have 3
We only have 3 finishers coming
so
in
far.
at the moment, but that can change any second, obviously. Retro skipping the final chest.
Yeah, that really does speak to everyone, like, full clearing everything before committing to Kern jumping or Aga, right? If,
Worldwide Wimpy has finished with 151.08. That's 4th place.
Yeah, if everyone's just sort of finishing really quickly right now, right?
Yeah, they're all going to be coming in pretty close together, I would say, because it's just everybody sort of doing as much as they can on West Dark World.
Yep.
Before deciding how to go over to the East Dark World, and it probably came down to if they checked.
Average Frustrated Gamer in 5th place at 151.37.
And Retro finally gets Aga 2 down. Gonna be going on to the Ganon fight.
In 6th place, Dark Wolf, 154.02. We're running out of places. We have 2 guys left to go on our screen. KORIVAIN still doing the climb. Retro's almost certainly going to get at least 8th because he's going to finish in front of KORIVAIN. But will he be 7th for 8th?
Oh, yeah, that is true. Of course, these runners cannot see each other. They're
Nope.
watching their own screens.
All that's left is Retro, Caribbean, and Skunkner. ZSR2 is completely done at this point. Ooh, Retro in some health trouble. Got a red potion.
Yeah,
you
and of
can
course
see
the blue cane.
Sorry. Yeah, you can see the race room though if you choose to. So seeing the
Yeah, but
results come in is pretty nerve wracking.
Oh,
Yeah, when you are watching and you see the first runner finish or
Yeah.
something, you don't know if everyone is is gonna get in between you and them.
Right.
But AARSHAP, you were lucky enough to get second place there, or skilled enough, or whatever you want to say. But
Bit of both, probably.
Retro is on their phase 3 here.
Yep. Ooh, let the fire out. It's gonna hit him. Got silver arrows though, so that's gonna be a faster.
Oh, almost took that
Too far.
boost there. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be moving and get hit by those fire. It'll send you off in the other direction. But they,
Ooh, uh-oh.
they did find the silver arrows.
Got the blue potion, got the blue potion.
Yeah, torch glitch is not as important to them because
No.
they did find silver arrows. Those were in Hope Room, by the way.
Not hitting him though is not a good problem.
And it gets one silver arrow in, and gonna get another blue Ganon and an arrow there.
Ooh, this slash gets it over here. And this is arrow number 3. No, it's 4.
All right.
Retro Redfield. No one else is finished.
Yeah, we have Dark Wolf at 154.02.
Retro Redfield
And-
finishes in 7th place. Officially on race time 154.42. I think his timer is a little ahead. We have 2 racers left. It is Caribbean and Skunkner. I'm gonna switch the audio over to Caribbean.
And yeah, KORIVAIN gets Agatu down, and they are no doubt seeing that there are only 2 racers left, and just saying, "Can I defeat Ganon as quickly as possible?" Now they did not get silver arrows either, so they will have to do the torch glitch and get the 12 spins in.
We'll get them both in for an interview at the same time. Just want to watch this ending.
And I guess KORIVAIN did find the silvers, so they will have a simpler phase 4. But
yes.
phase 1 is of the utmost importance right now, and then soon now is phase 2.
This is the most important place in this race. This is the most important fight, I would say. KORIVAIN, we still do not have a finish from Skunkner. It is KORIVAIN and Skunkner. Who will be playing in round 2? Who will be playing in round 1? Find out. KORIVAIN already on phase 3. Gonna opt to skip torch glitch, I think. Or no, yeah, missed it.
Just missed the. I was a little bit too high on that lamp,
Mhm.
but that's okay. Have silver arrows.
It's 2.
There we go.
This should be 3. Can't get a double on that. Ganon goes over the edge. He immediately
Just
stops.
don't get hit.
Before, let's see if he can get into the gate. Remember, there's a shot of a tie. They both finish in 3 seconds of each other, and I don't know what I'm gonna do if that happens.
I hope that doesn't happen for your sake. And waiting for the bridge to appear, and KORIVAIN at 157.12.
KORIVAIN takes 8th place. Skunkner will be in 9th and will playing the first round. KORIVAIN gets the bye. Let's see if we can get these two in for an interview.
Yeah.
I gotta reach out to them. Wow, what a race.
Yeah, we've never been so excited to not have to play video games for a few days, right?
Yeah, I guess, and we are not going to get the brackets for sounds like at least a day or two, so you'll be able to
maybe
and
I'll do
watch your. You'll be able to watch whoever your potential two opponents could be, and sort of scout them out for this week.
It's possible Retro might want to go to sleep.
Oh yeah, of course. Many runners from around the world, different time zones. I guess Retro is in Europe, so probably pretty late there at this point. But GG's to all the runners here on the GoMed podcast stream who got themselves a bye for week 1 of brackets.
Joining us now, our 8th and final bye winner, KORIVAIN. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How nerve-wracking was it
so stressed
when you saw 7 come in?
I have never been so stressed on a Ganon fight as I was there.
Did you have the race room open, or did you have it minimized so you wouldn't see what happened?
I usually pull it open right as I'm finishing Agate 2, so I found out that there was like 7 people finished as I was headed to Ganon, which was terrible.
Yeah, and then the nerves kick in, and but you did a good fight. You didn't fall, so that's really all that matters. Is you defeated Ganon as quickly as possible, and most importantly, got that 8th and final bye. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Retro is in fact going to go to sleep. It is 3:12 a.m. in Europe.
So no one can blame them for that.
No.
So, KORIVAIN, how do you like a logically required Aga Seed?
That was absolutely horrible, and I actually didn't realize that it was an Aga required seed until I was headed over to do the Kern jump. I was thinking to myself, just because I was so frazzled after that horrible mire and failing my splash deletion stuff, that I wasn't thinking through the logic at the time. So it wasn't until I was headed for the Kern jump that I was like, hey, this could actually have been an Aga required seed. What do you know?
Yeah, and thankfully you did get those flippers right away, I think, instead of going somewhere else first. But of course, that hammer was also locked behind the flippers. You hadn't seen that before? You hadn't scouted that, I don't think?
I actually had, so I knew that the hammer was locked behind flippers, and as soon as I got the flippers, I knew where the hammer was. It took me an extra second to realize, oh yeah, I only have one Dark World portal still available to me, unfortunately. But
oh yeah.
I did know where it was.
Yeah, we saw you trying to go in, and then we're like, oh yeah, he can't get in there from that point. Yeah, so then you did Skull Woods and went down and got it. So unfortunately, had to find that Bombos, but good news is you did come out in the top 8. So that did work out for you.
Yep. Winning by an inch, winning by a mile, it doesn't matter. I still get the bye.
Yeah, a lot of you, at least here on this stream, were sort of doing the same things within a couple of rooms of each other, so that was kind of fun to see. But we definitely had a good time watching these 3 runners, so give them some love in chat, and of course be sure to follow them and see how they progress here in the Challenge Cup.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone who helped put this together, all the admins and people on comms and trackers and restreamers.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ridley. I know. I know it was not the easiest thing coordinating 9 people's schedules around the world. So I was really happy we were able to do it, and obviously I'm especially happy since I made it through. But yeah, it was a really fun race. The most excitement ever, I said earlier, for seeding like 41 through 49 or whatever in a tournament. It's a lot of energy. It felt really cool.
Yep. What'd you think of the current required seed for the not required, but a current jump seed for the bye race?
Funny enough, James in first said he did AGA.
Really? He must have did it right away.
Yeah, so not super required. Felt required, but yeah, between that and that fire rod location, I was really happy to be able to get my Ancilla early. Yeah, there were a few little.
That was cool to see.
Yeah, there were a few little weird spots here and there in that seed, but yeah, sure made for fun watching.
Absolutely. All right, chat. Do you have any questions for our runners while we have them here? Any questions for the commentators or perhaps the tournament admin?
Yeah, if you do, you are in the right place, as we do have our tournament admin here.
One of the tournament admins. You also have to thank, or trackers. Also have to thank the other admins. Remember, Lost the Pirate, Zell, Alazun, and of course Lumaga, who's also an admin of this channel, I believe. Yes. I'd like to thank the Go Mode Podcast for hosting us. I'd like to thank ZSR for hosting their 2 races. I'd like to thank both for being the main hosts. I'd like to also thank, there's a whole bunch of other channels, English and non-English. Check us out. We have a Discord. It'd be the Challenge Cup Discord. It's not hard to find. Let's check out the Go Mode Discord. I believe we can put that right in chat. Nope, I guess I can't. Oh, I got the wrong command. Here we go. The Go Mode Podcast Discord. Check out all of our Twitch streams. Dapper, have anything final to say?
No, GG's to all of our runners, and thank you everybody for tuning in.
All right, thank you very much. Catch you on the flip side.